Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to my channel Server Gyan. My name is Dr. Lokendra Singh, and today we are going to discuss about EC2 and its new features. So although I have already created a video on this particular feature, but definitely we are going to try this with new AWS console for EC2, right? So we are going to create one EC2 machine. Then after we are going to see that how does it work, what are additional features do we get along with new EC2 instance. So these are the things which we are going to see. So guys, first of all, we are going to create one EC2 machine, and after that we are going to explore that how does it work, right? So obviously I'm going to pick any random AMI because end of the day AMI is going to be used only in that case when we create instance. So guys, first of all we have like number of instances. This is old option. So we have a number of purchasing option. We have networking, subnet, auto send public IP address, like which availability zone we are going to choose. So we can select any of these. Auto send public IP by default it is enabled, and if we want we can disable it, but for sure for this particular video I'm going to keep it enabled. Placement group, capacity reservation, we have already discussed it. So if you have any of the question on the top of these particular options, so you can please write in comment box and I shall create one another explanatory video for that particular component. Storage, so earlier there used to be only 3 options, but right now we have 5. So these are new options available here. Like we have GP3 type, so we are going to get higher IOPS with this. We have IO1, so like limited IOPS we are going to get. Then after we have IOPS2, we are going to get like different type of IO here and magnetic, right? So for this particular video I'm going to keep the standard one, that is GP2, general purpose SSD2. Then after tags, so you can have multiple tags here, so I'm going to define as like EC2 only, EC2 instance. I'm going to name it as EC2 instance. Security group, so whatever security group you want you can keep it. For this video I'm going to keep all the ports open for my EC2 instance, right? I will hit launch. I have access to these keys and I will launch it. So guys, those guys who are new to my channel, so you guys can definitely have a look at my previous videos because I have explained all the features and all the options that how do we create these instances step by step, right? So right now I'm going to select this instance. So guys, there is a particular option here which is known as info, right? So if I click here, so first of all I'm going to see the particular description of it, like this is instance ID, instance state, instance type. Then after we are going to have compute optimizer. This is not enabled in my account because see, like this is my new account, and obviously this machine is also new. So AWS compute optimizer is a particular feature. I have already created a video on the top of it. So this option can be used in order to figure out that what are the things which you have in AWS account. Let us say if you have multiple instances which are running, and a couple of instances are there which are actually very high utilized or which are less utilized, which are working like with less utilization. So you can check that out with this particular option. Then after we talk about like what is platform we have, what is instance we have, what is launch time, how for how long this particular operating system is running. So these are the particular options we have here, right? And definitely like monitoring, VPC ID, subnet ID, elastic IP address, AMI ID. So everything we can figure out here within detail section. Now if we talk about security, so under security we can see like what security group is opened, what are the particular inbound traffic allowed, what are the particular ports for outbound traffic. We can check these particular things here. Same thing goes with networking, like if we want to check public IP address, private IP address, and public DNS, private DNS, VPC, subnet. So these are the things we can check out here. What is the network interface we have here? So definitely we can check. In fact, we have one more information page here, right? So what are the things which we are going to have here? So it will tell you like elastic IP address section list down all the things like the elastic IP address selection list the elastic IP addresses that are associated with the instance. An elastic IP address is static public IPv4 address that is associated to your account. Keep this thing in mind that once you stop your machine, so you can release your IP address as and when you want, right? So along with that, like we have a storage section here. So under storage section we can see that we have only one EBS volume associated here. If we talk about status check, so there is particular information page. So like we can check here like what are the information pages available here. So what is system status check? Earlier these things were not available, right? So we can check here what is system status check and all options here. Then after we have here like this particular option like instance status check. So these are the particular options which are available and which we can go through. Same thing goes with monitoring. So what are the parameters we are going to monitor? So everything is listed down here. But if we talk about here this particular page, so over here there is a particular page known as info, right? So in info section we are going to see, so over here like what are the instance type we have, EC2 product page, we can check here public IP address, public DNS, private DNS, and the particular more thing which I want to show you here is that is like EC2 instance lifecycle. This is the particular page which we are going to discuss today in detail. Why I'm going to discuss this, because in interview if you are new and obviously even if you are experienced, so you should be knowing that what is the state of EC2 instances, what is life cycle of EC2 instance. So guys, first of all we have AMI, which means Amazon Machine Image. This is used in order to launch an instance. So what is AMI? So let us say if we go back here and if we try to create instance, so guys, whenever we are going to select this image, so like this is going to say choose an Amazon Machine Image. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image, and someone can ask like what is AMI? So guys, an AMI is a template that contains the software configuration like operating system, application server, and applications. Like it could be possible like it has like your operating system like Ubuntu, Red Hat, CentOS, Windows, or any other one. It has application servers like Tomcat, WebLogic, and any other one, and other application like we have HTTP, we have FTP, SFTP, or maybe NFS. So these are other applications which are already configured within that, right? So first of all, we will select an AMI, then after we will launch it. So when we launch an instance, so this goes under pending state. After pending, this goes to running. So from running there are like different actions which can be performed. First of all, it like we can reboot instance, so it will be showing like rebooting. Then after it will be like if we want to terminate it, so first of all it will go to shutting down, then after it will be terminated, right? If we want to stop the instance, so first of all like either we can completely stop it, then or we can go for hibernate instance, right? So this will go for stopping, then after it will go to stop the state. From stopped state we can once again either go for termination or we can start the instance. So if we start it, once again it will go to pending state, and then after it will go to running. So guys, this is a particular main component which I wanted to discuss with you today. Moreover, if we talk about like when you guys are working with your EC2 instances and if you have multiple instances, so how does billing impact? Let us say you have an instance of maybe one CPU and 1 GB of RAM, and in case if you want to avoid unwanted charges, so what you are going to do, let us say the instance which is not in use, so you can stop that instances. So all the charges which are related to CPU and RAM, these will be stopped. But let us say if you have associated a disk of 100 GB with that, but by default you are going to get only 30 GB elastic block storage in your account. So in that case, what is going to happen? You will be charged for that EBS volume. Apart from that, let us say when we were talking about that particular component which is known as your elastic IP. So if you associated an elastic IP address with your EC2 machine and you stopped that machine, right? So in that case, you will be charged for that elastic IP address. But as soon as you will start that instance, once again instance will be started. So in that case, what is going to happen? Elastic IP address will not be charged, but definitely the charges for like CPU and RAM will start occurring in your account. Moreover, what is the particular description of this? Like we have instance is pending. The instance is preparing to enter in running state. An instance enters to pending state when it launches for the first time or when it starts from being stopped. This particular will not be built. Then after we talk about running, so only this is going to be build. If we talk about stopping, so not build if preparing to stop, build if preparing to hibernate. So obviously in this case it will be build, right? So these are the particular component which we have here. We can check like when we are going to be build of it and when we are not going to be build of it. Note, so rebooting an instance doesn't start a new billing period because the instance says instance stays in running state. So it means if you are going to reboot your instance, so obviously it is going to be in running state only. So if you want to check like what other components we have, if you want to check like in detail like what is launch instance, stop an instance, so what are going to be like additional detail of this, so definitely if you want you can check that information page of this EC2 machine, and from there you can easily check out all these options which are available here, right? Okay. Apart from that, like when you stop and start like hibernate, so what does it mean? Like Amazon EBS backed instances only. So all the instances which are backed with EBS, only those instances can be hibernate. If there is an instance which is backed with instance store, that is not which that does not lie under this particular feature, we cannot hibernate that, right? So then after, what happens here, so whenever your instance gets stopped, so obviously it will go into hibernate state. So if you want to go for hibernation, what would happen? So when you are going to hibernate an instance, we signal, we means being Amazon, like Amazon signals the operating system to perform hibernation. Suspend to disk, what does it mean, suspend to disk? It means all the data which is available on your RAM, that data will be returned to your hard disk, right? So that hard disk should have that much additional disk space available in root volume, especially we should not talk about like on disk only. So in your root volume, so whenever your instance will prepare for suspend, so it will write all the data which is available in your RAM, or you can call that memory, that will be returned to root volume. It is going to be persistent whenever your system will come up once again. So obviously it is going to read the data from that particular partition, that particular component where it wrote the data, and once again data will be available onto RAM. Then after reboot and instance retirement, so retirement is another option which does not, which is not like being covered here under this particular instance state. So when we talk about like retirement, so retirement is a particular state where AWS schedules that the particular physical hardware where this particular server is running, so AWS is going to retire that particular underlying hardware hosting the instance. So in that case, you will get notification for this, and definitely the instance will be terminated. So instance will get retired only in that case when AWS plans something. Otherwise, your instance will keep on running as long as you want, right? But in case if AWS is going to notify something for you, AWS is going to retire any underlying hardware, then AWS is going to notify you. So obviously you can stop your instance and you can start it again. So what is going to happen here? If you stop and start it again anytime, if your instance root device is an instance store volume, the instance is terminated and cannot be used again. So that is why, guys, we always prefer to have the particular servers which we are going to use in production with EBS backed volumes. We do not prefer to have instance store. So instance termination, there is once again new thing. So if we talk about here like some other components, so like what is host computer here characteristics. So reboot, the instance says on the time of host computer. The instance is on the same host computer. Then after, if we talk about stop start, so what is going to happen here? So there is a long list of these particular components you can check out here, like how does billing work and other things. We can easily figure it out here, right? So when we talk about launch, when we talk about like other components, so how we can perform these operations, what are the other methods we have? So launch your EC2 instance. What are the steps here? Use launch instance wizard to specify the launch parameters, or what you can do, create a launch template and launch instance from the launch template. You can use existing instance as a base. Let us say, for example, how we are going to perform that. Let us say I have an already created instance here. What I can do here is, so I'll select this instance. So this is selected, and what I can do here, I'll go to this one, like manage instance state, instance setting, networking, security, manage images and templates. Moreover, like we have instance state here, connect. So these are the particular options. So if I go to actions, so what is going to happen? So we can instance settings. I'll have to check that way, that in this particular section they have modified it. So this is security, image and templates. So create an image or create template from instance, and some other options should be here, like instance settings. If we go about auto scaling group, change shutdown behavior, termination protection. So there has to be some data where we can modify or we can launch more instances like this. Manage instance state. So like stop, hibernate and other, terminate we can modify with this. Okay, just a moment, guys. So I'll have to select the instance first. Only then it will allow me to recreate multiple instances as this. So view details. So this is the particular instance state here. This is the particular description section we have. We can go for like rebooting, terminating from here. We can connect that instance directly from here. Moreover, like if we want, so we can check multiple actions here. So instance settings, if I go into instance type Nitro enclave, that cannot be modified. Shutdown, credit specification, and like edit user data and manage text. So these are the particular options which we can do here, right? So guys, this is all about this video. Like we have multiple options with new AWS EC2 console. Moreover, like earlier we used to have most of details in the same page, but right now security, networking, storage, status, monitoring, and tags, these has been isolated in different tags, different tabs, right? So I hope this has been informative. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Have a good time and happy learning. Guys, if you have any questions, so please do write in comment box. I shall be happy to create a description, and like I would like to explain the particular remaining components in next video. Thank you so very much. Have a good time and happy learning.